Welcome to the Impromp2 podcast. I'm Joey T.
I'm Jalen V.
I'm Desmond T.
We getting straight into it today. Dipset versus Locks.
Disorganized on Dipset's part. Terrible. Jadakiss chose violence.
Why he choose violence?
Because for one, he came in rapping. First of all, he remembered every single Lock song as he should because he's part of the Locks. He remembered every single Lock song.
And their verses.
Yeah, and their verses on the instrumentals. So they didn't have no sing-along or nothing like that like Dipset does. Now.
He said sing-along.
No, now, to Dipset's credit, that's how most versus battles have been. You play your song, but you sing over it. Your mic is usually higher than the actual vocals that's on the track that the DJ's playing. But Dipset just came out and just said, put everything high. And they
But
I don't know.
even with that, the Dips, they wasn't singing along
No,
with their
they
own.
weren't.
They didn't know their own lyrics. They didn't they were just.
And they were just disorganized. The funniest thing was with Jim Jones. What was that on the Certified Gangster song? Where I don't think he even recognized he rapped that fast. And he stopped for a second. He stopped for a second like, whoa.
I seen Jim Jones in the concert a couple times, and his shows are always bad, man. Dude be super high. He always stops and just let the record play. Like, listen, man. I put up the review, but it was like I went back and watched it. Lots beat them in everything. Like
Performance, everything.
Like, people don't understand in verses, because people coming out of here, I'm not saying the Locks isn't better than a Dipset, because they might be, but I don't think so. But a versus doesn't mean you're a better artist. That day, if your song list is better, if your DJ is better,
Yeah.
if your performance is better, you're going to look good that day.
Agreed.
And dude, the Locks DJ was mixing in the tracks, just doing all different kind of stuff. Dipset, it was embarrassing, man. It was embarrassing. And why didn't you put your review up, sir? Yeah.
So two things with that review. First of all,
Lie.
no, two things with the review. How I viewed it is I thought it was great that you did one, but I thought it wouldn't have made sense if I would have did one as well. Now, what makes sense, I could do one, but like a comedy spot, that would make sense. But I can't do an actual review like you did. Like if we was to do an actual review, we'd probably have to do it together.
Why?
Because I just think it would make more sense, wouldn't it?
You're talking about business live on a podcast.
No, I'm like when we want to get something out to the people real quick and our ideas without actually doing a whole show on it, or our thoughts, or an actual review. All of us then. Well, I mean,
Look, man, this whole Dipset thing is all out of my time. I didn't even know what's happening. All right, I learned about this like
Dipset and
6
Locks
hours
is
ago.
way before his time. But yeah, I just thought we should all get our things out there real quick, so the people can hear what we thought about it. The Joe Budden and them all used to go live
That's true.
on his channel.
That's
I see Rory, Ma, and him. So I don't know, but the Locks cheated. They played 10 more songs. I got the track listing yesterday. They played 10 more songs, and yeah, they was just punking the Dipset. Like,
The Locks came for an actual performance because they knew that they were being underestimated. So
Yeah.
they rehearsed, they got all their stuff in order, and they came out and did what they were supposed to do. Dipset came out like, we have this catalog that we know can blow the Locks out of water.
and they
And
didn't execute.
Yeah,
Jim
they-
Jones falling off the stage.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. Jesus Christ. I'm off that, though. Moving along. Because your boy Brian pissed me off.
Oh, Lord.
So you seen his tweet.
He hollered on his tweet for
Now,
no
was
reason.
that a real tweet?
You don't know. That's his real tweet.
Because I checked his actual Twitter and I didn't see it unless he deleted it.
You know they always be
he
doing
always
that.
deleted, but Sports Center
Okay.
posted it, so they ain't gonna.
Oh, okay. Okay, makes sense.
But he's saying everybody keep the same energy. Don't be talking about my team. Blase, blase. LeBron, it's free agency. You guys are loading up. You're in the NBA. You're a superstar. People are gonna critique your team. They're critiquing other teams too. Like, stop crying. And you telling everybody keep that same energy, because if y'all win, you keep that same energy when y'all lose. Because you popping all this stuff. What was he popping last year? Playoff mode, active. Oh, no. Wait till me and AD get back from injury.
Yeah.
He put the whole, like,
Where was your energy when
regeneration
y'all
tank.
was getting sent home?
Uh-oh.
So if y'all don't win this year, you keep that same energy, bro. But this dude just stacking and stacking and stacking. They said with the trades and all the signings, LeBron is now the longest tenured Laker. He's been there 3 years. How is he the longest tenured Laker and he's been there 3 years? Y'all gotta let me go on this because y'all know. Listen, everything he's doing is to chase that ghost. Number 23, you not gonna catch him, bro. You do his movie.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, would you like to watch the trailer to Space Jam 2?
Yep. You can show me anything you want.
Basketball camp is next weekend. You got amazing potential on the court, and I can help you get there.
Why'd you stop watching the trailer, Mr. Jordan? Were you worried LeBron James is a better actor than you?
You do his powder toss. You take his number, but then you say in interviews, I'm LeBron. Let me be LeBron. No, you chasing that ghost. He doesn't care about anybody. Everybody he gets on the team, we family, we family. He lose, he trade you.
Then you're gone.
Bye. D-Wade, Banana Boat, best friends. Seen D-Wade getting old, peace. Kuzma, peace. This season they was talking about trading Lillard for AD. Like, where does it stop? LeBron James has the most trades of any player in NBA history.
Yikes.
Think about that. The most trades on his teams ever. Every year he's flipping over the roster if he doesn't win. Like,
Yikes.
and it's all to chase MJ. It's about LeBron, Brian, and his legacy. He doesn't care about his teammates or what they got going on. It's about him getting his agenda. Now, y'all can take it from there because that guy.
Well, that pretty much sums it up.
You
I
good?
guess.
You
Oh,
good?
man. And everybody, little LeBron hater. Listen, I got the New Jersey hanging up in my house. I got pictures of him over my bar. I got probably 12 pair of his shoes. I'm the weirdest hater if I am one, because like you don't hate and support a dude like that. Like I can support him and still call him out on his BS.
Agreed.
Like y'all fans is just fanboys and calling him king. Grow up. You a grown man calling another man king? Come on, king. Come on, man. Like, nah, man. I can't.
Well, that pretty much clears it up.
That kind of let you know how he feels about it. But in other words, how you feel about the Carmelo, the Russell Westbrook?
I feel. I wasn't done because I got more. I feel that I feel that if they win a championship this year, they're not gonna go lay in their bed and really feel super decent about it. Like they gonna be like, all right, we just ganged up and overpowered the league. Like I take this back to the park, man. I'm a dude. I didn't want to play with the best teams or the best dudes at the court. I wanted to get my 5 and run against them.
Right.
And then even when I was on them teams and we would win, it didn't feel as sweet as winning it with your own, or just like not a super team or whatever.
You don't take it as seriously enough when you got that. Like I feel like, I mean, when you got a super team, you know, like no matter what they want to say, like especially when Golden State was all on that thing, they would never want it. They knew, like, come on, man.
That's why KD was searching for a ring, went to the stacked Warriors, and when he won those 2 rings, he still said he didn't feel fulfilled. So, like, that's why he want to go to Brooklyn. He said build something on his own. It don't feel right. I think you guys are the cats that get on 2K, you turn the trade approval off, and you just make any trades and load your team. That's fun to y'all? That's like, I mean, I don't know, man. Shouts out to the Lakers, though, man.
It's about to be a season. No, actually, go ahead.
No, I was saying it's going to be a crazy season. But it's going to be exciting, though. It's going to be exciting because every Lakers game is going to be, if they lose one, say if they lose game 1, the narrative the next day will be, can this team mesh? You know, the team that I think is going to be a full 82 game season this year. Mm-hmm. So even if they only win like 55, it'll be like, well, we don't know if this team can actually make it through. They have all these stars on there. Because even though Carmelo's past his prime, Melo is still Melo. Like, you get Melo in the mid-range and in the post.
Barbecue chicken in the mid-range.
He's 18 and 21 points. You keep isolating him, you know?
He's a bench player.
AD's 25. LeBron's 27.
He's a bench player.
Westbrook is 21 in the triple-double. And then you got, do they have shooters? I don't think they have any
Talon, is that his name?
They got Bazemore. They got Monk. They got Ellington.
They got a really nice pickup, and I forgot who it was.
Those are the guys. They got
Trevor Ariza.
I've liked Trevor Ariza since the Lakers.
He's 50.
I don't care. He does his job.
Y'all know this is the oldest team in NBA history?
No, I did not know that.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
Nobody's under 30 except for Horton Tucker, right?
AD, 28.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's right.
But hold on, there's a team we have not been talking about, and it's the Miami Heat during this offseason. They're about to make some noise again in the finals. I don't think they're going to the finals. Conference finals.
You think so?
Yeah. I really think they're an underrated team this year.
I like what the Bulls did over them.
Me too.
The Bulls got Levine, DeRozan,
Caruso,
and Ball, right?
Yep, Lonzo Ball.
Did you just say Caruso?
He's a great player.
Caruso is the worst NBA player.
He's a great player
in the NBA.
Stop. He's going to
sue us. This is what I mean by that. This is the greatest league in the world for basketball. So in that league, Caruso looks like the worst player ever. He would come to a park and probably average 100. But in the NBA, around the NBA talent, he is trash, man. I don't care about you saying he's a hustle player. He's trash.
Now when Kuzma. Now when Caruso's averaging 25, 3, and 3, I'm not trying to hear any of that. All right.
Caruso couldn't score 25 in the gym by himself.
I mean,
but let's move into our more important topics, or our topic of the day. I wanted to touch on entrepreneurship and the 9 to 5. Which one do you guys prefer? Tables open.
Any man in their right mind, I think would say entrepreneurship.
That's your opinion.
I said I think.
But you said any man in his right mind. So
I think
if I like a 9 to 5, what if that 9 to 5?
I mean, if you're comfortable with that 9 to 5, unless that 9 to 5 paying some dividends, like cool. You're right. That's just me. I would go entrepreneurship. What about y'all?
Like I'm always gonna represent for the working man. That's how I came up. I don't knock either. But what I hate about these entrepreneurs, they look down on the people who's working 9 to 5s. I ain't even gonna say look down, but just say, oh, I got my own business, or I'm an entrepreneur. You need to get out that 9 to 5. what if my 9 to 5 making me more than your venture?
That's a very good point. Very good point.
I've talked to someone close to me, and he said he would rather make $40,000 a year on his own business than working a 9 to 5 making $100,000.
No, there's rules to this.
That ain't
there's
me.
rules to this. There is rules to
That
this.
ain't me. I got a family. Like I can bang this 9 to 5 and to still put up some paper to get where I want to go on the entrepreneur side. Like a $60,000 difference. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well then, I mean, you can have that 9 to 5 and still be putting money up towards like whatever you want to do. But I don't feel like you're ever gonna. That 9 to 5 is a lot to be. That's like what 130 a day already. So I don't know. I just feel like if you're gonna have that 9 to 5 and still try to do that, at some point something's gonna give, and you're gonna have to choose one. Cause I don't.
So at what point? If you're pro just being an entrepreneur, at what everybody has a dollar amount. What dollar amount would you take a 9 to 5?
Okay, 9 to 5 right now, Joey.
I'm saying if you were an entrepreneur and you're like, I'm an entrepreneur, I'd rather do this. What's the number that a job would have to come to you for you to be like, all right, screw this entrepreneur stuff, I'm going to get this bag?
Something worth, I don't know how to put it. Something worth living for. Not something worth living for, but something to help you live how things are today. Like, the cost of living is going up and all the other stuff. So you would want a 9 to 5 that would assist you along in that process. So where you could live, I wouldn't say fully comfortable, but comfortable enough to where you could, take care of your bills and priorities and still have a little bit of spending money left to do what you please and stuff.
What's this big thing? I think it's pride based, man. Everybody's like, I don't want no boss. I don't want nobody telling me what to do. Like, geez, man, drop that pride, man. Like, everybody has to answer to somebody. It's someplace, but once again,
because it's too much pressure daily. Like, if you're an entrepreneur, you can kind of, first of all, I believe in entrepreneurship because I think you should do what makes you happy, so you'll have that sense of happiness, whereas I'm not saying everybody who works a 9 to 5 isn't happy, but a lot of people aren't. So you want to have that sense of happiness, like, man, I can get up and run my business how I want. I can do things how I want. And I don't technically have to answer to anybody.
It's almost there, though. This was a study I looked up a while ago, though. It said 70% of Americans are unhappy in their 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever met a person running a business, too?
Yeah.
But it's stressful.
It's stressful, but they enjoy what they're doing. So you'd rather be stressed out about your own business than being stressed out about coming in and working for somebody else.
Why?
And it's like, now you got to ask this person for time off. Now you got to ask this person for this. Like, you got your own kids, your own family, and now you got to blow up your bosses or your manager's cell phone like, hey, I need this 3 hours before I come into work, or I need this today just so I can, go take care of what I got to take care of for my family.
Aren't you still answering to somebody, though, even if you don't you have to?
Yeah, to a lesser extent, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
A very much lesser extent.
But you still have to make the customer happy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Or you don't have
but
a
I'm
business.
getting something.
You still depend.
But now I'm getting something in return for that. I mean, I guess you can say a paycheck. Or your boss and a customer pretty much give you the same thing. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like
If you don't give the customer what they want, then what?
they're not gonna pay you, Joseph.
Exactly.
And if you're not gonna give your boss what he wants, he's not gonna pay you either.
First of all, I hate that boss word. I never say boss. Like, in a professional setting, that word doesn't even exist. It's supervisor, manager, VP, all these different it's all these titles. Like, I hate that word boss. My wife, when she used to work, she used to always say, my boss. I said, hey, ain't nobody the boss of you. Don't get in that mindset that someone's bossing you. That's half the problem. Like, I don't know, man.
That's when you don't feel that genuine happiness to be there, because you rather be doing something that you want to do. Like what we're doing right now, I always wanted to do something along these lines. So that's why I hate 9-to-5s. And I know people look at me like, why don't you want to work or something like that? Because I never truly liked it. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some jobs I did enjoy doing, but I never truly liked it to the full extent how I would enjoy doing this all the time.
What about these children, and I was one of them, who want to grow up? They want to be policemen, they want to be firemen, they want to be doctors, they want to go to the military. Like, everybody's saying, screw that, entrepreneur. I can't be an entrepreneur. Because my boy Roy always tell me, whatever you want to do, you can do on your own. Now,
I don't think you can do anything on your own.
Well, he had a point. Most of the stuff you can, but like when I was working in the jail with the inner city youth, I can't really do that on my own. He was like, go open up your own group home. And then if I did that, I felt like I would be making money off the kids because they pay you to house these kids. And that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to get my hands dirty, work in that jail, work with kids that went through the same stuff that I went through. And but as I was in that system, I found out them people don't give a damn about them kids. Like the mission wasn't right, so that wasn't right for me. But like if you want to be a doctor, obviously you can get your own practice. But like doctors work 9-to-5s.
Yeah,
they're rich.
Yeah.
Joe, there are some exceptions in this 9-to-5 thing, and I feel like a doctor is definitely one of them.
I'm telling you, man.
Doctors don't work 9-to-5; they work 9 to 9, 12 hours, 16
doctors,
hours.
Police officers, firemen, like some people grow up with those passions. Like that's what you want to do, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with growing up with those passions, but that's just what you got to do when when you go out.
It's the love for it. I feel like, once again, like Dad said, like if you love something, like no matter if it's a 9-to-5 entrepreneurship, and you like that's what you do, like you really don't care how stressful it gets. You're about to sit here, buckle down, and get through it because you love it. And I don't know, you can't take something away. You can't take something away from somebody that loves something like that.
What about school?
What about it?
Where's school play in this? Because
keep going.
Because we all think school is a scam, right?
I think
scam. Hold on, I'm sorry, Diz. It all plays in a part because from the beginning of school all the way through college, you're taught to have a 9-to-5. This is what school is preparing you for.
Set you up and everything.
Set you up to be it's setting you up to have a 9-to-5.
100%. Just really, it's like warehouse jobs, for real. And it is crazy. Like, I remember I was watching YouTube one day and I just seen like the comparison of them two, and it's scary, man. It's just like they're really setting you up to like work for them.
It's a system, and they setting us up to be robots. And the rich don't want people over there joining it. They don't want more people crowding them.
No,
they want us to be workers. They want us to be 9-to-5ers, and they just want to keep you programmed for that. That's what school's for. But to play devil's advocate, if you look at of the average salary of someone with a degree and the average salary of someone without a degree, it's like
Yeah, shock you. That's like it'll really shock you.
so like I wasn't no school dude, but I went to school and I'm like, if whatever I'm doing don't work, I can fall back on this degree. Like, I mean, I still think it's important to get a degree and go to school. So
It's just not as needed as it used to be, and I feel like that's some people just don't understand that. Like, you see all these people out in this world making, you just go off rap. You go off acting, but you know that's a very small amount of people that try. But I'm just saying, like, it's proven multiple times that it can happen without school or people just starting their own business and keeping it growing and hit an ounce of college, but have their own business going and all that. So I mean, like, it's not as needed as it used to be because you know how it used to be. You would just first of all, everything was cheaper. Everything was cheaper. They didn't have most of the jobs that they have now, so it's just like. All you really had to do back then was what? Construction, oil. Like, so I mean, like, there's so many more things for you to do now. So that college really isn't. It's not really.
Yeah, it's a lot of different avenues you can take to make money, you know. And then like whatever passion you have, growing up, just pursue that passion, you know, no matter what it is. So
what if that passion isn't paying off?
Well then,
life's not fair.
Well then,
life's not fair.
Well then, you got to look to something else. Like, you know, your passion could be, hey, when I grow up, I want to rob 40 people. Okay, so you grow up and you rob 39. You miss that 40th person.
Go to jail before you hit the 40.
Right. You didn't fulfill your passion, so you have to move on. No, I'm just. But seriously though, no. So I think like whatever passion you have growing up, like I always knew when I got older I wanted to be in some form of entertainment, but I was always too scared to try stand-up comedy.
Because you're not funny.
And now that I'm finally doing it, it feels good. And I'm like, why didn't I do it 3 years prior to? I mean, when I was actually thinking about it instead of shying away from the stage.
Is there a clock on you blowing up?
That's a really great.
I think about that often, and sometimes I do put a clock on myself, but then sometimes I'm like, why put a clock on yourself? Because people blow up at different times. Nobody really paid attention to Bernie Mac till he was 32. Samuel L. Jackson didn't blow up till he was 50. I mean, granted, he had a hard life before that, but he didn't blow up till he was like almost 50.
But you have a family though.
That's true.
So
That's true.
There's people out there that's just gonna jump off the bridge but once I got married and kids came, I needed the safety net.
Yeah.
I needed the safety net, man. So I couldn't, like, I would definitely try more stuff coming up if I wasn't married and didn't have a kid. But, hey, man, I need that guarantee.
See, that's different. Well, you two low-key and high-key in the same boat. I can't lie. But for the time, would you say, like, is there a timetable on blowing up?
Yeah, like, whatever your passion is, do you say, hey, I'm working on this all my life. When the door finally opens, it opens. Or do you say, all right, now, I'm 30. Maybe I need to get some under my belt and try a different avenue.
Well, in your guys' situation, I feel like you probably want something guaranteed.
Your guys.
I mean, if I'm 30 and I'm still in that situation I am now, I'm still going to chase that dream. I don't need guaranteed. So, I mean, but from me, what I do want to touch on, though, is Dez was talking about, like, being scared to do what you want to do. Like, and like me, I thought it was going to be sports. I thought it was going to be sports the whole way. And, like, I always love acting no matter what.
We all did. Thought it was going to be sports. I think every little kid in the hood.
But, yeah, and then, like, I never got on the stage. I was too scared to get on, like, actual stages, start acting and crap like that. And then this one time, my best friend Zion, he finally just said, bro, quit being a B word. And I go up there, I ain't never been. So, I was like, it's good. So I went up there, and ever since I like did the audition for Kent, it's always been, I loved it even more ever since. So, yeah. I definitely think you should just keep going with your dream. Don't stop. Because then, like, how you gonna listen to people that haven't even accomplished their dreams tell you can't accomplish yours?
I'm on shows. I'm 5 years in. I started when I was 5 years in. Yeah.
-5. That's 23, right?
Yeah, but I started.
So long?
I'm saying
That's
I
why
started.
you need to go to college. That's
I'm saying I started 2 weeks before I turned 23. So yeah, 5 years
5
in.
years.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm just saying because I was 22. So if I say 22, then people will be like, "Oh, that's 6 years." But I'm saying I started 2 weeks before I turned 23.
So you were 23 days.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so I was 23.
Kids.
Anyways,
kids.
Anyways,
go to college.
I've been doing it for 5 years, right? 5 years as of April 27th. And I'm doing shows with people who are 17 years in. Like I did a show in Maryland with a guy who was 17 years in. Great comedian and stuff like that. And he keeps pursuing his dreams. And he's on tour doing different shows and stuff like that. Now, I don't know if he's always at comedy clubs, but he gets booked a lot. And so even if you don't blow up, you want to, that's what I mean, like kind of carve your lane into comedy or whatever you want to do. Like, so for me, it would be comedy where you could work different clubs, you can still get paid, and you can still have your fan base and people still pay attention to you. You don't necessarily have to be Kevin Hart or Dave Chappelle or all those guys.
That's fine. Comedy, I think you can do forever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
People aren't gonna look at an old man on stage and be like, "Dude, look at that old dude." But like, I know guys pushing 40 still trying to rap. Like, bruh, it ain't happening.
Listen, Juicy J is a thing. All right, Juicy J is a thing. How was he? He was 35 when he blew up.
Listen, that's still cool. Like Plies was pretty old too.
Yeah, well, Plies was 28 or something.
No, he was in his 30s, bro.
He was?
Yeah, Plies.
Oh wow, I thought he was close to 30.
Ross was up there too when he.
I knew that about Ross.
Yeah.
He was like 28, 27, right?
But I'm saying, like, I don't know, man. I'm just a scaredy cat. But right now, I'm searching for that venture. Like, I've been looking at car lots. I've been looking at restaurants. I've been looking at smoothie shops. I'm trying to find my niche, man. So you entrepreneurs, hit me up and help me, man. Point me in the right direction. But hell, man, the struggle of being an entrepreneur it's not for everybody, man. It's not for everybody. I know that.
So find what makes you happy. Whatever it is that makes you happy. If you want to work the regular 9 to 5, if you want to work police officer, fireman, doctor, lawyer, whatever you do, just got to make sure that you're happy while you're pursuing the stuff. Because if you're not happy, then you're just going to look at everything negative around you pretty much.
I don't give a damn about happy.
I'm riding till I die.
I care about leaving something for my children that is in debt.
That's a good point.
I care about leaving something where my kids have the option, hey, I can take daddy's business or I can go work and do my own thing. I want them to have that luxury and option. And like, my happiness is not more important than my kids' future and leaving something for my kids. So if I got to go be unhappy and make this $100K at a 9 to 5 so they can live better, I'm going to do that. Like, I feel everybody with the happiness, but everybody just, I think it gets overused. My happiness. Screw your damn happiness. Let's get this bad. Seriously, man. It's like, it's people, like we know NBA players that never wanted to play basketball. They were tall in high school. So the coaches said, hey, man, you going to come play with me. Took them to the gym. And then they get in the shuffle. Oh, now they're getting college offers.
Yeah.
And then they in college, and then they like, hey, you might be a top 10 pick. And they in the NBA. They didn't
Tim
really,
Duncan, perfect example, because he was a swimmer. He thought he was going to be a swimmer.
And then you in the
6'10".
NBA making M's.
Yeah.
Andrew
M's.
Bynum.
Yeah.
I think
So-
he's a lawyer now.
He is?
Yeah, I think he went to like lawyer school or something like that. I could be totally wrong, but I definitely thought I heard that. I thought
Yeah, we got to fact check that. Where did you get that from?
I swear, I'm on social media 24/7. I swear, like Andrew Bynum.
Oh, and diving off real quick. All this paper you can make on social media nowadays? Yikes. And you say you got 10,000 TikTok followers.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I need one more 100,000 viewed video to start making money off of it. And I just can't get it. I've been on this for like a month and a half trying to get it, and I cannot.
Explain TikTok to me, sir.
All right, TikTok is basically
Is it like Vine?
exactly like Vine. 100%
Yeah.
like Vine, yes.
Oh, okay. I used to love Vine.
Yeah, and it's funny. You know, it's just a whole bunch of jokes, you know, memes, songs. It's a lot of song-based. Songs nowadays are getting hot because of TikTok. Every single song, basically, you see on the top 10 is because of TikTok. Even people you've never heard. TikTok's been out for like 3-4 years. People you've never heard of is just popping out. Just because it's like one part of like a 2-minute song. Now they're the next big thing. It's crazy.
So what do you need to start making money?
You need at least 10,000 followers, 100,000 views coming in the past like 48 hours.
And what does that pay out?
I don't know. I haven't got it yet. I haven't reached that height yet. I don't know. But
I'm saying you haven't did no research on it. I'm saying for you, little old Jalen, to have 10,000 followers on TikTok not in this day and age, because you got little kids making thousands playing games on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah.
I don't mean to go that far off track, but if I'm jealous of one thing, it's these kids that are making money off YouTube. I was the one of them, but I quit. I quit it. I was doing it. I was getting my whole setup. I was getting everything, getting all stuff for Christmas. And one day I was just like, I'm done with this. And I stopped. And then 5 years later, freaking kids over here making $100 million off of Roblox and crap. Nah. I respect them though.
That's what happens.
It is. That's why you don't quit. This is why we tell you to follow your dreams. All right.
So let's wrap it up. But in conclusion, what y'all think about the Entrepreneur 9 to 5? What side are you on? Or does there have to be a side?
I don't think there particularly has to be a side because, man, this is probably going to go a little bit longer. So let me explain this, right? So I worked at a hospital where I was a valet driver. Now, while the valet job was comfortable, I didn't particularly like being a valet driver. But the people that I worked with in the hospital, they're nurses, they're receptionists, and stuff like that. Now, they have a manager or a boss or supervisor, whatever you want to call them, who's in the building. He makes their schedule. He's telling them, basically what you should do, anything supervisors should do. Now, they are happy with their jobs. They like being the nurses, the receptionists, the phlebotomists, all that stuff. They like doing all that stuff. But they still have the supervisor, they still have the manager and stuff like that oversees everything. And I'm saying that to say how you can be right next to somebody who's doing something that they love while you're doing something that you hate or something like that. And that just shows like the two different mindsets because they're in a career that they love. I wasn't in a career that I loved. I was just there doing the 9 to 5, trying to make some money so I can keep the lights on and food in the house and stuff like that. So that's why I say just go after what you feel, because I always knew I don't want to be a valet driver for life. I wanted to do comedy, And so while I want to leave there, the ladies that are working at the hospital, they want to stay there because that's what they want to do for life, because they want to help take care of people. They want to help assist people. So, I'm on the side of, I guess you can say entrepreneurship, or just finding your lane and what makes you happy or something like that. So that's where I'm at. Find your happiness.
As always, my brother just took me to Texas to get to Georgia. If y'all don't know what that means, we can drive straight down to Georgia. Yes, took me to Texas first. But no, I'm always gonna represent for the working man because it makes our country go round. I'm not gonna choose either or. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur. Everybody's not built for it. The world needs valet drivers. The world needs waiters. The world needs waitresses, bartenders, people that change oil. Like, we need all that. So I think all of us in the melting pot make this thing go round. But what I am against is you go into this factory job, work there 30 years, you get nothing out of it, you retire, they give you a cheap gold watch and a bum plaque, and then you retire and you getting this Social Security. Social Security still ain't enough to pay the bills, so you gotta go work again.
Yeah.
Like, no, man, I think our 50s, 60s, we should be feet up, Florida, shirt open, gray hair on the chest, relaxing, not still busting it. So I see both sides. Just do what you got to do to take care of your family, man. At the end of the day.
Agreed.
Finally, I'm have to go entrepreneur side. There's no 9 to 5 for me, and I just say that because I couldn't. Warehouse job. I worked at a warehouse job for like a month. That is the most depressing thing I've ever seen. Like, for dudes real. Really working there, no windows, just concrete.
That's how I felt at UPS. Granted, I was in management there, but I'm saying all the workers I seen there, they was there 25, 30 years. You go in that building, them packages are just moving down. It's just the same cycle. And they look angry, grumpy, broken up, like just all that. So.
And and the craziest part is it's probably the easiest job you'll have, but the longest, like 12-hour shifts. Just like me, I worked from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. And so I was
at the jail. I was working 16-hour shifts.
That's crazy, man.
16-hour shifts.
That's not legal.
That's not legal.
No way.
All right, sign us out, y'all.
All right, y'all. It's Jalen V.
I'm Joey T.
I'm Desmond T. And y'all, thanks for tuning in. And
I'm saluting.
Oh, okay. We're saluting. We're out of here.